Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ English. It is in the news right now that India's finance ministry has finally given approval to India's research station called the Maitri II. And all this once again reminds us of how it is in fact the Arctic area, which is often subjected to territorial claims from countries like Russia, Canada, Denmark, US, because all these countries are looking up towards vast natural gas, oil, fish reserves of the Arctic. And hence the race goes on. But when it comes to Antarctica, it is luckily a protected area. Back in 1959, there is a treaty under which no country can have a territorial claim over the resources of the Antarctica. Although the area can be used for scientific experiments, research, and study. So today, India is once again opening a chapter called Maitri II. In this video, let's examine the treaty that protects Antarctica as well as how many research stations does India actually have in this region and whether India complies with the International Antarctica Treaty 1959 or not. So these are certain important questions for the UPSC exam, and the news has been becoming popular because the finance ministry has finally given approval. It has granted approval for Maitri 2. This is India's newest research station that shall be coming up in the eastern Antarctica. And by all means, it should be ready. It should be ready to start operating by 2029. This is further only strengthening India's compliance, India's acceptance of the Antarctic Treaty System, the ATS of 1959. All right. So, what is the objective behind the mission? Talking about the Maitri 2 station, the clear objective is advanced research, scientific experiment, studies in climatology, climate changes, studies of glacier, changes in glaciers level, the impact of climate change on snow caps and glaciers, glaciology, seismology. Apart from that, biology, atmospheric sciences, all these domains shall be investigated into through this advanced system of Maitri 2 station. At the same time, India has been careful of maintaining ecological compliance, given that this is a vulnerable area. It is more prone to climate change and anthropogenic changes, that's human induced changes. India has been making sure that it follows all the environmental protocols as it begins work on the Maitri 2 station. Now, if you look at the Maitri 2, this shall be India's fourth Antarctic base. And this will be completed, as I said, in 2029. Exactly where? In the eastern Antarctica, a place that is famously referred to as Sheermaker Oasis. And this will come to replace the older station, that's Maitri 1 from 1989, which has been operating for a very, very long time now. So now we are ready to upgrade this with Maitri 2. Which agency shall be implementing this Maitri 2 research station? It shall be done by NCPOR, and that stands for National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, Goa. It is being done under the aegis of Ministry of Earth Sciences, a massive investment of rupees 2000 crore. So in the last 1 or 2 months, there are many, many schemes. Schemes regarding semiconductors, schemes regarding solar energy, geothermal energy, critical minerals mission. Now today we have this Maitri 2 research station. So all these are areas where the government is investing heavily. Today, once again, the Gaganyaan was in the news that the government is experimenting on one more area, that is the CES area. How to protect the astronauts in space, how to ensure that they come back safely. So the government is indeed diversifying its expenditure towards various domains in space, renewables, semiconductors, and hence rupees 2000 crore investment even for this mission. That's the Maitri 2 mission. Now, looking at India's past, India's previous footprints in the Antarctic area. So, this all began in 1981 under the Indian Antarctic Program, which was led also by the same institution, NCPOR, which we just saw. It all began in 1981 when India began conducting scientific research and experiments India's own interest in the polar area. So in 1983, we had the Dakshin Gangotri. Dakshin Gangotri was India's first scientific research base in Antarctica. This was followed in 1989 by Maitri I. And Maitri I, being the second station, was situated in a very rocky terrain, in a very mountainous area near the Sheer Marker Oasis in the eastern Antarctica. Apart from that, let's also remember that India had created a freshwater lake in the nearby area here, which was known as Lake Priyadarshini. That's an important thing to remember because right now Maitri II is in the news. So for prelims exam, let's remember about Lake Priyadarshini too. And then in 2012, we had the Bharati, located about 3,000 kilometers from the east of Maitri I station. So these were India's previous missions. And now today, as we are looking towards Maitri II, coming at such a huge investment and a hope by Indian government, this will be much larger than Maitri I, its predecessor. Apart from that, it also has an intention of being designed as a green research base. So because we every day speak about India's broader agenda of becoming carbon neutral by 2070. In the last 2 days, solar power, renewable energy has also been in the news, where we constantly discuss how already in July 2025, India had achieved another milestone by ensuring that 500 units, 500 gigawatts of energy are being obtained from renewable sources itself. So you see, all in all, as India is moving towards becoming more climate conscious, this Maitri 2 will also be a green research base. And now looking at what are the proposals under Maitri 2. So the proposal is all about using complete renewable energy, solar power for the summer months expeditions. Winter months, we are going to depend on wind energy because Antarctic area has strong presence of winds, polar winds. So that's what we are going to use. Ultimately, station will be operated with green energy itself. Now, it is also planned to deploy automated instruments. So automated instruments will also be a part of the Maitri 2 mission that will keep recording, collecting data, and it will be communicated to mainland India. And even if the station remains unmonitored, unmanned over a small period of time, still it is ensured that because of automation, because of automated instruments, data will keep on coming to mainstream India, to mainland India in real time. So immediately we will have all the data that shall be reaching to us. Here's a map in which you can see the location of various initiatives of India in the region. Okay, and now that we spoke about Maitri 2, let's also understand that India is a part of the Antarctica Treaty 1959. India has complied to the treaty. It was a treaty that was created by 54 member countries to ensure peaceful scientific research use of the Antarctica region. No territorial claims at all. No military activity, no military bases. Why? Because we need to uphold environmental cooperation in the Antarctica. And that's the reason why people complain. That because Arctic Circle doesn't have any such protective regime, no wonder today countries of the Arctic flank keep on trying to make territorial claims over it. But here, luckily, Antarctica is protected. And the Antarctic Treaty that was signed between 12 countries, the purpose was to make sure that Antarctic continent will continue to remain a demilitarized zone. There shall be no military, no army presence here. Only research and investigation studies are going to be the purpose. India did become a member then in 1983. And similarly, India also enacted its own India Antarctica Act 2022 as a compliance measure to the Global Antarctica Treaty 1959. And then apart from that, there are many other global protocols too, which protect the Antarctica, such as the Madrid Protocol 91. This also declares Antarctica a natural reserve, a natural ecosystem where only peace has to be practiced, ecological sensibility has to be intact. Apart from that, scientific experimentations can happen, but no kind of mineral extraction For every initiative that's taken, a compulsory EIA, environmental impact assessment, needs to be done. Today, as India is looking at Maitri II, by 2029 it shall be operational. India also is abiding by all environmental protocols here. And now, if you look at 1982, there was another protocol called Convention on Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources, the CCAMLR. The larger purpose was to regulate fishing, conserve biodiversity of this area, and to regulate using Antarctica resources to the minimum so that no kind of ecological damage happens here at all. So, this is with regards to the Maitri II mission, a very ambitious program indeed. So, let's see. As the mission keeps on working towards finalization, we shall have much more information for the exam. And now, looking at the practice question, with reference to India's Maitri II base in the Antarctica, look at the following statements here. 1. Maitri II is being established near the Shirmarkar Oasis to replace existing Bharati station. You saw in the map recently, just now. 2. The project is being executed under the NCPOR, under the Ministry of Earth Science. And 3. The new station will depend both on solar and wind energy. As I mentioned, solar. During the summer months, the strong Antarctic winds can be utilized during the winter months. And it will also have an AI enabled automated system for research and maintenance. And the fourth statement, India's activities in Antarctica are governed by India Antarctica Act 2022 and the Madrid Protocol 1991. So, which of these statements do you think is valid or are valid? You can let us know in the comment box here. And if you want to share anything about the mission in general, about biodiversity of the Antarctic area, about various countries making claims over the Arctic, resource hungry, you can definitely let me know in the comment box and we can start a discussion if you feel like. And now a quick reminder about the sale, the fast track batch sale for the aspirants who are writing the exam in 2026. Very little time is left indeed. So you can definitely revamp your preparation, make it more professional just by applying for this great offer here. So this is about the fast track batch sale that gives you a heavy discount across all GS papers. Massive discount on the optional. And then what do you also get? CSAT, essay writing, current affairs, daily news, all of that is there at a price of barely 7,999. And how can you use that? You can definitely enroll for the sale by using code SPLIVE on the screen. The batch is beginning 25th October, immediately after the festival season. So it's a great chance there. And then for those who are writing the exam, say next year, 27 or 2028 also, we do have options for you. So same GS Foundation course. The price is very humble, 21,999 only. More than 1 year of preparation is what you get. Admissions will close today. So it could be one last great opportunity for you to enroll for this sale. Whether you are a Hindi medium aspirant or English medium or in English, all the options we are giving you here. October batch is just about to start. So please enroll, use code SPLIVE. And then even if you have time, you think you have enough time, that's 2028, begin now because well begun is half done. Here as well, you can use the code SPLIVE for enrolling for this sale. But in case you want more clarity, more information, that's also okay. You can fill up a form that's here in the description box of the video. You can fill that up and then we will reach back to you. And you can have all the clarification that you want. Somebody will reach out. So thank you so much for being with us here and keep supporting, keep liking, subscribing StudyIQ IAS, specifically StudyIQ English if you like such initiatives. Thank you so much.